Welcome to video 2 of Launch With Me. I'm Taylor Eaton. I am so excited to get to continue to share this series with you, where I'm documenting one of my launches from start to finish so that you can see what a launch looks like in my multiple six-figure business and how I navigate everything behind the scenes. If you are not already signed up for this series, be sure to do so for free at the link in the description below this video. That gives you access to a Google Doc that I am using to kind of organize all of the content in these videos for you so that you have a very clear roadmap to follow of my launch strategies, my launch structure and plan. Make sure you go get that for free. And if you are interested in working more closely with me and getting extra content and resources to help facilitate the most successful launch you can have in your business, then definitely check out the VIP upgrade for Launch With Me, where you get to work with me more closely during this series. Here's what we're covering today. We are covering offer creation. We are covering the basics of offer creation because, as you will see, this is something that as I get more clarity on, and I will be documenting this process for you, but as I get more clarity on this offer, I will probably come back and tweak things, refine things, shift things here and there. But right now we want to lay the groundwork. We want to have a very basic concept and structure for our offer so that we have a jumping off point. Because if you don't know what you're launching, you don't know what kind of launch to run. You don't know what sort of strategies to employ, how long the launch should be, what the price point of the offer should be, all that sort of stuff. Really, you need to have a very crystal clear image of what your offer is before you actually start creating your launch strategy. How I create offers in my business. For me, I do not create offers based off of what my audience asks me for, unless what they're asking for feels very good to me and intuitively driven, right? And I do not base my offers off of what I think is going to sell. I do not base my offers off of what I'm told I should offer in my business. And this is very contrary to the way that most people run their businesses and will tell you to run your business. But if you are constantly guessing at what other people want or what will sell, you are shutting yourself off to innovation, to genius, to inspiration, to your own unique superpowers and strengths that you could be leveraging. Because all you're doing is looking at what other people have done, what have worked for them, or what other people are telling you they think they want, which, spoiler alert, oftentimes when myself or my clients have launched things, created things and launched things that their audience said they wanted, they didn't sell. Because people don't always fully know what they truly want. I'm not saying that people are dumb. I'm saying that sometimes we think we want something, but we truly want something else that we don't even have words for. This is why it's so important to trust yourself. Now, the way I actually go about creating my offers, right? Now that I've told you what I don't do to create an offer, here's what I do to create an offer. I look at what problems do I feel excited and qualified to teach on and to solve problems around. So really the question here is, what problem can I solve? Because I believe that every offer should solve at least one problem. So for me, my offers come up very organically. I typically identify a problem that I've struggled with intensely, and after I move through it, I then want to teach on how to move through that for other people, how to solve that problem. Or I look at common problems that some of my favorite clients have, the people I've worked with the most, or that a large amount of my audience has, and if I feel excited and passionate and intuitively driven to create a solution for that problem, then that's an offer I create. That's really all it comes down to, is what problem can I solve? Because when you know from the get-go what issue your offer solves, it is very easy to sell it. Because oftentimes people purchase things, more often than not, because they think it'll make their life better in some way. So if you, at the core of what you're doing, are making people's lives better in some way, then it's very easy to sell your offers. For this launch that I'm doing, here's the problem I want to solve. I have seen myself in the past and other entrepreneurs struggle to embody their next level self. Remember yesterday when I told you in our first video of this series that one of my principles of launching is embodiment, is being able to be that next level version of you now and launch from that space and do business from that space. That is something that when I figured that out, that took my business from $2,000 a month to $20,000 a month. That was the biggest jump I ever made in my business. And it happened because I figured out how to embody, and not just embody temporarily, but embody in a sustainable way where I could hold that embodiment. I figured out how to do that and brought that every day to my business and my launch. And that was when my business just transformed overnight. A lot of that was through using my human design, was the way I found that how to do that. That's not necessary. That's just one modality out there. I want to help entrepreneurs embody their next level self in their business so that they can make more money with ease. And I don't want to just help them learn how to do it once. I want to help them learn how to embody their next level self, hold it, and then do that again for the next level when they get there, and then the next level, so that they are continually up leveling. This is a problem I see, is that so many entrepreneurs are operating in their business from lack and scarcity and fear and self-doubt. It creates all this self-sabotage. It creates frustration and burnout in business. But when people learn to embody their next level self and then hold it, even when their reality doesn't look like things are working, but they can hold that and move through it and grow and become stronger and evolve, and they can continue to show up and be that next level version of them in their business, the results are astronomical because you get energized by your business instead of burned out by it. You become so much more magnetic to people because you are having fun and you're confident. You are unstoppable. And from there, the money flows easily, the sales come easily, the audience growth happens organically. It's so fun to see it. It becomes an art form in and of itself, is embodiment within business. It's how you create the most amazing offers. It's how you create the most amazing strategies. It's how you get the best results for your clients and help guide them the most powerfully you can, is through being that next level version of you in every area of business. And this is what I see so many people struggle with, because it's so hard to become a different version of you. You have to go through ego death. You have to know how to tap into that when everything looks like it's not working. You have to be able to hold that before the evidence of the fruits of your labor show up. You have to be able to be committed to being the next level version of you before you actually see that reality manifest around you. This is one of the biggest things I see entrepreneurs struggle with, and they don't even realize that's what the issue is. So this is the problem I want to solve. This is the thing I want to create an offer around that will solve this issue for people. If you can't tell, I'm already very passionate and excited about this offer, which I think is a good thing. It's a good sign, right? When you have an idea for an offer and you get so excited about it, I think that's a good sign that you're onto something really powerful and really impactful. I can already tell, and we'll talk about this in a couple videos, I'm gonna need to do a lot of refining around how to help educate people on why embodiment in business is important, because that's a very buzzwordy term, embodiment. It's very vague. People don't always understand what that means. This is something I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on, with connecting the dots between the tangible results that they can see from doing this, so that people understand the value of it. We're gonna talk all about this in another video, but just even saying this because of the experience I have in this line of work, it's like, okay, I could already see where some of the pitfalls might be if I don't pay attention to them. And so we're gonna get to that later on. So now that I have my main concept, I start creating an actual offer around it. So the problem I'm solving informs the type of offer that I create. There are a million ways that you can position things, that you can package things up. There's no one right way. Like when I talk about I want to help entrepreneurs really embody their next level self and be able to hold that so that they can continually up level in business, there are a million ways I could help people do that. I could help people do that with a self-paced program, help them do it with a journal. I could help them do it through guided meditations and exercises. I could help people do this through their human design. And when we talk about the weights delivered, it could be a self-paced program. It could be a masterclass. It could be a whole series of modules. It could be personal coaching. It could be group coaching. It could be a mastermind. It could be private coaching at a high level. There are so many different ways I could help people facilitate this transformation and solve this problem. However, I know the intent with this offer for me, with this problem I'm solving, is I want to create something that people can use ongoingly. I don't want it to be just something that someone does once, they maybe get some results from it, and then that's it, and they kind of forget about it and move on to the next program. I want to create something that's an everyday tool for people. And not only that, I want to create something that's a community for people, because I feel like having a community that is along the ride with you, everyone in there is on the same page of we are embodying our next level selves, and we're cheering each other on, and we're sharing our own tips and tools for it. That feels really exciting. That feels like it helps solve this problem that I'm trying to solve in one of the most powerful ways I can. Because I am very good at creating content. I'm very good at creating trainings. I'm very good at creating programs and masterclasses. I know this about myself, right? So I'm going to incorporate some of that in this offer. I think there will be a lot of trainings in this offer, but I also feel like a big piece of this, of what would really help my clients the most, would help people the most who are in this offer, would be having an ongoing place with ongoing updates and tips, but also community. So it's a place to kind of be that next level version of you, right? It's like a portal to the next level version of you. Ooh, I like that. This is all kind of coming up as I'm talking. I already kind of know what I'm doing here. I've been sitting on this for several months, but I'm trying to also explain to you how I think about the problem I'm solving in relation to how I package up the offer. Now that I know I want this to be accessible, I want it to have a community element, I want it to be ongoing, I want it to be a place for people to tap into and learn from and get into their next level self and amplify that next level version of them. daily if they want to, or however frequently they want. To me, it feels like this is an ongoing monthly membership. I'm already really excited about this. Do you see how I got clear on the problem I'm solving? And now I got clear on how do I create a place that feels good to me intuitively, because there's a million ways I could help people with this issue. But how do I create an offer that feels exciting for me and good to me and intuitively correct to me, that harnesses my strengths? I know I'm good at building community. I've done it several times before. I know I'm good at teaching and holding space and seeing potential in people and helping them rise to it. I know that these are strengths of mine and skills of mine. So I'm going to build an offer around that also feels good to me. And I think it solves the problem in a really powerful and unique way that I don't see elsewhere. So now when we talk about the actual structure of the offer, what does it look like? What's included? I'm gonna be coming back and refining this later as I get some more clarity. We're gonna talk, and I think in the next video we'll probably end up talking about ideal client clarity, because I think I need some more clarity on who the ideal client is for this offer before I really can structure a no-brainer, powerful, valuable offer for that clientele, for that ideal client. But I have an idea already of what's going to be included, what the structure of this membership looks like. Generally speaking, there's going to be some things I add into it. It's going to be a monthly membership. I'm thinking we'll have a monthly training / Q&A session with me in there. I'll probably do some sort of live stream on different topics of embodiment in business and tips for it and processes and all of that. I will probably also add in things as I feel inspired to do so. So I won't make this a marketing point because I can't guarantee it X amount every month, but I will probably be putting in things as I feel inspired to create them in the membership, like little mini meditations or mantras or journaling prompts to help people embody their next level self. I will create a like-minded community in there. It'll be a way for people to chat with one another, connect with one another. I'm keeping this kind of general and vague in terms of what's going in there, aside from a community you can access at any time and a monthly Q&A, because I want room to play still and to figure out what exactly is going in there. And especially since this is going to be an ongoing thing, it'll probably evolve over the months and years that it's going, because this is something that I think will be something that I commit myself to for several years at least. This is really the next evolution of my business. Very excited about that. But it's going to ultimately have a growing library of trainings and tools from the monthly trainings and other content potentially that will help people get into their next level self and embody it. So it's really a place that people come to when they're like, I am not acting like my next level self. I am stuck in self-doubt or self-sabotaging behaviors or lack or scarcity, and I need to tap into that next level self. This is going to be a portal, a place for them, a membership to hop into whenever they need to get to that next level self, or when they're already in that next level self. Just be in the vibe of that, be in the energy, to amplify that. That's the bigger problem that I've faced more recently in my business. I could get into my next level self, but holding it there was hard. Amplifying, like being somewhere where I'm like, now I'm feeling good, now what do I do other than work on my business? How do I just keep the train rolling? How do I keep the good times going? Having a place for that. So it's kind of serves twofold: get you into your next level self, help you amplify it. So this is where I really start to make sure I pay attention to personally my human design, because I love to use that in my business. As those of you who've been with me for a while know, that's what most of you know me for, is I'm a human design expert and teacher. Those of you who don't know what human design is, you don't even know this. It's just a spiritual modality. I say it's astrology on steroids. We look at your unique strengths and what makes sense for you based on your human design and implement that in your business. So again, this just comes down to more simply what I said of using your inner guidance, your intuition to guide you. But for me, with my human design, I, as a projector, know that I do better without a ton of calls on my calendar. I don't love having tons of time commitments. I don't have endless energy every day to be committing to my business and to calls. It's very laser focused for me. So having a monthly Q&A plus a community I can pop into regularly, like most days, but not every day, and I don't have to be committed to that every day. That is really good to me, and that plays to my design. Also, having a community where I can engage with people one-on-one at times if I want to is so powerful, because as a projector, I can see people very clearly. This is a superpower of mine. I can see other people very clearly. I can see their potential. I can see what's possible for them, and I can see how to get them there if they're willing to invite me in. So having that space to connect with people to do that is really powerful for me in my offers. Not for everyone, right? I already kind of know what I want to name this. So we're going to talk about the naming process a little bit, and then we'll probably wrap up this video because I feel like it's getting very long. And then I will create another video for you soon about, I think we're going to talk about getting some ideal client clarity, because I feel like that's what I need to do next, and that's what I will kind of walk you through next time. We got a monthly membership. It is for entrepreneurs who want to embody and amplify their next level self so that they can create more income, more impact with ease, the way that works for them, bust through their blocks in business, all that sort of stuff. We're going to talk about the messaging and how we position it later on. I don't have a strict process for naming things, partially because I really feel like the name doesn't matter that much. I think if you have a killer name, it can draw some intrigue. It's not the reason people purchase like 99% of the time. Occasionally you'll get someone who's like, I just love the name, I bought it, and that's great. For the most part, people don't buy based on the title, but for some reason, a lot of people really get hung up on naming their offers. And I get that way too, where I'm like, I haven't found the right name, I haven't found the right thing, it's not catchy enough. And really, it doesn't matter. And I can tell you it doesn't matter because my most popular program, which is called the Ultimate Human Design Reader Resource, it's a mouthful. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Just, you know, people will get it 90% of the time. People, when they email my team about it or ask if it's the right program for them, they're like, oh, I want your reader training program. They never get the full title right. So it clearly does not even matter what the title is. Like, it matters to some degree. You want it to make sense for your offer. You want to feel good about it. You want it to be something that makes sense for you. And if you are really doing things the right way, you want to make sure you can trademark it or it's not already in use. But really, at the end of the day, the name, I feel, is one of the least important parts of your offer creation. My titles come pretty intuitively as I sit with an offer. Sometimes they come before I know what the offer is. I just have this name in my head of what I want to name something eventually, and I don't know what the offer is going to be or if I'll ever use it. And I just kind of write those down in a note in my phone or in my journal and forget about it and come back to it whenever I'm creating a new offer if I don't have a name for it immediately. For this, I already know what I want this membership to be called. This was the name that came to me before I even knew that I wanted to create this offer, that I wanted to create this membership. So for me, the name for this is going to be the Wealth Vibe. The reason I want to call it the Wealth Vibe is this is where I want people to come to get into that wealthy next level vibe or energy. This is where I want them to be in the wealthiest version of themselves, especially because we're talking about business. Wealth and money are a big part of business. And it's also a big part of what I teach on and what I'm known for as well, is money mindset. One other thing, I just finished recording, but this occurred to me, so I'm gonna edit this in post. Part of the reason I wanna call my membership the Wealth Vibe is because wealth is not just about money. Yes, it is absolutely about money at times, right? It is, and that's something that is very important for entrepreneurs to have a healthy relationship with, to be able to grow their business, because if you're not making money in business, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. But also, to me, the word wealth is very different from being rich, right? Or having a lot of money. Wealth means fullness. It means a wealth or an abundance or overflow of something. So not just money, that's part of it, but also an abundance of joy, an abundance of fulfillment, an abundance of work-life balance, of freedom in and through your business. And that is what I want to help people step into in this membership through embodiment, so that everything becomes easier and fuller and wealthier in all aspects of their life, in all aspects of the word. So it makes sense to me. It feels like the right name intuitively for me. I'm making this decision intuitively again, right? To call this space the Wealth Vibe membership. Yeah, the Wealth Vibe. I like it. It might change. As we go through this Launch With Me series, we'll have some sort of tagline to go with it that also explains a little bit more of what the membership is. But at the end of the day, I want the name to feel good to me and to also kind of describe what the space is. I think this nails that. So that's the title. It's that simple. This is what we're covering today. Again, I'll put this sort of stuff, the basics of what we covered here, just at a quick bullet point of what's in this video in the Google Docs. So make sure you are registered for free at the link below to get access to the Google Doc. And if you want to ask me questions about this sort of stuff, you want to get more of my thoughts around this sort of stuff, be sure to come join the VIP upgrade of Launch With Me. It is so fun in there, and I cannot wait to welcome more of you in there. Yeah, that's it for today. Next time we're gonna talk about ideal client clarity, because I can tell that's where I need to go now, because to be transparent with you, I have sat with this idea of a monthly membership around this topic for months now, but this is about as far as I've got. Starting in the next video, we're gonna work together to get some ideal client clarity. Then from there, we can talk more about marketing, positioning, about pricing, back end, and then we can get into the launch strategy. It's gonna be so fun. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel here, and also tell me in the comments below how you liked this video. Did you have any ahas or breakthroughs or realizations? And if you are launching alongside me while watching this video, tell me in the comments what idea you have for an offer, what problem it solves, and if you have a general name or structure or anything to it. I'd love to hear and cheer you on. All right, so excited for the next video. See you all then.